So if we look at our first calculation, we've got 72 add 66 equals, and we can form an addition sign with our arms for add. These are larger numbers, so we will use column addition, and we can karate chop in straight lines for column addition. We start with our column headings, our private ones, and we can salute. We've got our captain tens, and we can twirl a pretend moustache. And our major hundreds, we can sit up straight. We then add in our columns with 2 lines for our answer and our addition sign. We look at 72 and we smash it up with 7 tens and 2 ones, and 66 with 6 tens and 6 ones. Let's get going. We always start with our private ones column. We have 2 add 6. We can swap to have our biggest number first, which makes adding easier. So instead of 2 add 6, I'm going to go for 6 add 2. And I'm going to count on. So I'm going to put the first number 6 into my fist, then 2 fingers and bend them as I count. So 6, there's 2, 6, 7, 8. So I get to 8 ones. And this is fine as I can fit them on my private ones ship, because 9 privates can fit onto the ship and we only have 8, so they'll fit. And we can write our 8 in. Now we'll add our captain tens column. We have 7 teams of 10, add 6 teams of 10. No need to swap as our biggest number is first. So we'll count on and we put 7 in our fist and then 6 fingers and bend as we count. Right, so 7, there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we've got 13 teams of 10. Now we do have a problem. As in our captain 10 ship, we can only have 9 teams of 10, and we have 13, so we've got too many to fit on there. So we put 13 in our head, so we can point to our head, and we can also write it next to our calculation. 13 is made up of 10 and 3. 10 add 3 is 13. We regroup, and we can group our hands together and group 10 teams of 10 into 1 team of 100, and we can hold 1 finger up for 1 team of 100 to send them to the next column. We're going to squeeze our 1 team of 100 into our submarine regroup. Our green number 1 in our 13 changes from green to blue. So we've got our 1 team of 100 and 3 teams of 10 are left behind, our green 3. And we can write our 3 teams of 10 in. Our 1 team of 100 sinks down, like we can see with our arrow, and then travels across, like our arrow travels across in our submarine regroup, and we can see it appear underneath our next column. We move on to our major hundreds column to find no numbers. All we have is our regrouped 100 to add in, which we can circle. And this is fine as our major 100 ship allows 9 teams of 100 and we only have 1, so they easily fit on. We can write 1 in and then cross off our regrouped team to help us remember that we've added it. And then we have our answer 138, and we've regrouped in our tens column. We'll try another one with larger numbers. So we have 576 add 283 equals, and we've set out our column addition. We start again with our private ones. We have 6 add 3. We don't need to swap because our biggest number is first. We'll count on and we put 6 in our fist and then 3 fingers and bend as we count. So 6 and 7, 8, 9. We get to 9 ones. We don't have a problem as we can fit 9 in our private ones ship, and we have 9, so they fit perfectly. So we can write 9 straight in. Now we'll add our captain tens column. We have 7 teams of 10, add 8 teams of 10, and this time we will swap to have the biggest number first. So instead of 7 add 8, we'll go for 8 add 7. So we put 8 into our fist, and then 7 fingers and bend as we count again. Right, so there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've got 15 teams of 10. Now we have a problem again, as our Captain 10 ship can only have 9 teams and we have 15. So we put our 15 in our head, and we can also write it by the side of our calculation to help us. 15 is made up of 10 and 5. 10 add 5 is 15. So we'll regroup, and we can group our hands together and group 10 private 10s into one team of 100. And we can hold up one finger. So we'll one team of 100 to send to the next column. We're going to squeeze them into our submarine regroup. So our number 1 changes color in our 15 from green to blue. There it goes. So we've got our one team of 100, and there's 5 teams of 10 left behind, our green 5. So we can write that in. Our one team of 100 sinks down and travels across in our submarine regroup, and we can see it appear underneath our major 100s column. We move on to our major 100 column, and we find numbers this time. We add our teams of 100. No need to swap, as we've got the biggest number first. We put the large number in our hand, 5, then 2 fingers, and bend as we count. So 5, 6, 7, we get to 7. So we have 7 teams of 100. We don't write 7 in because we need to think about our regrouped one team of 100, which we can circle. So 5 add 2 gives us 7, and the 1 gives us 7 add 1 gives us 8. And if we think of our major 100s ship, this is fine, as 9 teams are allowed and we have 8. So we can add 8 in, and then we've got to remember to cross off our extra regrouped team. So we have our answer, 859, and we've regrouped in our 10s column. Let's do another, but work a bit quicker. We've got 62 add 74 equals. Pause to give your own answers as we go. We've got our pictures to help us as well. So we've set out in columns, so let's start with our private ones. We've got 2 add 4. I'm going to swap, so we'll go for 4 add 2, which gives us 6, and 6 privates will fit onto our private ones ship, as 6 is less than 9, so we can write it in. We move on to our Captain 10 column, and I'm going to swap again. So 7 add 6, 7 teams of 10 add 6 teams of 10 gives us 13 teams of 10. And 13 is more than the 9 teams allowed on our Captain 10 ship. So we store it in our head and we write it down next to the calculation. Now we need help, so we need to regroup. We need to call for our submarine regroup. And we're going to take 10 teams of 10 and turn them into one team of 100. And then what does that leave behind? It leaves behind 3 teams of 10, which we can write in, and our one team of 100 sinks down and travels across in our submarine regroup to appear underneath our major 100s column. Then we look in our major 100s column and we find no numbers. All we have is our regrouped 100 to add in. So we can circle it to help us remember it. Then we can write it in. And then just to double check, just to show we've done it, we cross it off. And we've got our answer, which is 136. And we've regrouped in our 10s. Our last one, we have 383 add 370 equals. Pause to give your own answers again as we go. We start with our private ones, and no need to swap as our biggest number is first. We add 3 and 0, which is 3. We're adding nothing on, so we've just got 3. And 3 easily fits into our private ones ship as it's less than 9. So I can write that in. We move on to our Captain 10's column, and there's no need to swap again as our biggest number is first. And we've got 8 teams of 10 add 7 teams of 10 gives 15 teams of 10. 15 is more than the 9 teams allowed on our Captain 10's ship, so we store it in our head and write it down by the side of our calculation. Now we can think about regrouping and take 10 teams of 10 and turn them into one team of 100 to put into our submarine regroup. So if I take one team of 100, we're left with 5 teams get left behind. So we can write them in, and our one team of 100, what happens to it in our submarine regroup? It sinks down and moves across and appears underneath our major 100s column. We move on to our major 100s column to find numbers this time. No need to swap as the numbers are the same. So 3 teams of 100 add 3 teams of 100 is 6 teams of 100. But we've got one regrouped 100, which we circle, draw a circle in the air. So 3 add 3 gives 6, and the 1 gives us 7. So we can write it in, and we can cross off our regrouped 1. Our answer is 753, and we have regrouped in our tens. In this video, we've looked at addition, concentrating on using hundreds, tens, and ones column addition with regrouping in the tens column. And our steps to success we can hopefully say at the end of this video are: number 1, I can set out column addition using hundreds, tens, and ones numbers. And number 2, I can add ones, tens, and hundreds. And number 3, I can regroup tens. And number 4, I can add the regrouped 100. This has been a Teaching Alive short video taken from themed units aimed at learners aged 7 to 11. Throughout our videos, we use pictures and suggest actions for teaching points. So please join in with us to support learning and have some fun. For more information on the Teaching Alive project and to be shown to learn and to practice more, visit teachingalive.co.uk.